Hello everyone, welcome to this Milton Keynes College Q&A webinar. We're just going to wait a couple of minutes because we know we've got a lot of people registered and we all know what it's like with Wi-Fi and stuff, so we'll give people a few seconds just to join the call and then we'll start. Just in case anyone's just joined and is wondering what's going on, we're just going to wait for a few more people to join. So it's great we can see those numbers ticking up of everybody who's clicked on the link to join. So yeah, we'll just give everyone a few minutes to make sure we're getting as many people joining as want to be here. Okay, I think I'm going to start now then. So if anybody else joins, then obviously we can recap any information that they might have missed. So yeah, thanks for joining this Milton Keynes College Q&A session. Hopefully everyone's had a great summer and had a lot of fun and everything, but with results day on Thursday, I'm sure you've got questions about what's going to happen next, and obviously that's what we're here to do to help you answer any of those. My name is Rebecca. I'm part of the school's liaison team at the college, so you might have seen me come to your school before, and I'm really pleased that I'm joined by my lovely colleagues, Amy, Kay and Claire. They're going to, I'll let them introduce themselves in a minute and they can give a bit of an overview about how they help the students at college so that you can have a think about what kind of questions you might have for them. When you do have questions, just put them in the chat box and we'll be keeping an eye on them. There are going to be lots of people on this call, so we might group similar questions together. But if you don't feel that your question has been answered, then please make sure you ask again, because we want to make sure everyone leaves this call feeling confident they've got the information they need. So ask questions about what happens on results day, how you enroll, what happens when you start with us in September, what support you can get at college, whatever. We're here to answer as much as we can. One thing I should say, though, is that we can't answer any personal questions. So if you've got a specific issue that you would need to discuss, there's an email address that you can email, which is ineedsupport@mkcollege.ac.uk. We'll put that in the chat. So if you've got any questions, and that's the place to go if you've got any specific personal questions about support or whatever. The other thing that we're going to be referring to a lot in this session, and again we'll put this in the chat, and that is our Next Steps website page. So you might have found this already, but it's the Milton Keynes College website and then /next steps. So mkcollege.ac.uk /next steps. You can find it from your homepage, from the college's homepage. But yeah, that's another really great place. It's got FAQs, information about kit, induction, enrolments and all the rest of it. So I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to introduce or get my colleagues to let you know, like I said, about the kind of support they offer students and therefore what questions you might have for them. So should we go for Amy first?
Thanks, Rebecca. Good morning, everybody. So my name's Amy. I'm Group Director of Inclusion here at the college. And in terms of this session today, I can talk to you about things like additional learning support, or you may know that as SEND. I can talk to you about things like wellbeing and the support services we have around that, our campus managers and safeguarding. So if you have anything kind of relating to any of those things, then please do add questions into the chat. Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. Kay, do you want to go next?
Yeah, morning everybody. My name's Kay and I'm Group Director for quite a few of the support services in the college, but I cover admissions and I cover bursary and I also cover exams. So I can answer kind of any wide-ranging questions you've got about, you know, what happens to actually get you into the college, about any assessments that you might be doing while you're here, how you're assessed, etc. when you come out the other end, anything to do with bursary. And I'm here with my colleague Claire, who will introduce herself in a minute. So between us, we should be able to answer any questions you've got about coming in next week.
Yes, wow. Brilliant. Yes, so Claire, over to you.
Hi everybody, my name's Claire. I am the head of admissions here at the college. So it's my team's job to look after your application. So we've looked after the applications if you've submitted one this year. We've helped to organise your student interviews, and we are also responsible for getting you enrolled. So my team will be looking after you when you come and enrol, or you might be enrolling online.
Brilliant. Okay, so I've just put in the I need support and the Next Steps web pages in there, so hopefully everyone can see that in the chat. We don't have any questions in here at the moment, so I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, sorry, we have got one. So Leah's got a question. Leah's been offered level 3 health and social care, placed on level 3 health and social care, but wants to do level 2 instead. So what happens in that situation? Who's going to answer that one? Kay?
Yeah, I'll take that. So if you've been offered, and I can talk about any subject rather than just this particular question. So when on Thursday, when it's results day, you will find, if you've come through the application process with us and you've been offered a place, you will find in your inbox an invitation to enrol online, and you'll be sent an enrolment form, and as part of that you will upload your GCSE results, evidence. You kind of get a slip, so you take a picture of that and upload that, and a picture as well, so we can get you enrolled, and then do fill in that form no matter what you then want to do, because somebody from the curriculum area, so somebody from care, will follow that enrolment up with a phone call. So just to say to everybody, you will be getting a phone call from the college sort of any time from Thursday afternoon through to maybe next Tuesday. So if you do see a number calling and it often says unknown, it might be just worth bearing that in mind and answering, because it could well be somebody from the college. So when the person phones from the college, you can just talk to them about what you want to do now, and then they can see what grades you've got. If it's quite straightforward, they can just swap you around behind the scenes. If it's a little bit more complicated, so say you were offered on, I don't know, level 3 beauty, and now you wanted to do hair as an example, they might say, come in and have a little chat with the tutors, in which case you would go to the website and book to come in and see us. So there's sort of two scenarios. I would say if you were offered 3 and you want to do 2, it should be quite straightforward. They can sort that for you after a chat. But if it's kind of going from one subject to another, they might just say come in and have a chat with one of the tutors. So it'll be one or the other.
Right, this is amazing, because we've got some really great questions coming in now. So I'm just going to answer this one. So somebody's asked, what time do I need to arrive? So if you're coming in for induction, but this will be after you've enrolled with us, so what time you actually start your course, look on our Next Steps page and you'll get some information about what time you need to come in for your first day. But in terms of enrolling, you could be enrolling online, which obviously you can do in your own time, but it needs to be, make sure you have enrolled to make sure you get a place with us. And in terms of what time you need to arrive, you'll make an appointment to come in for an advisory day, and that's what time you'll obviously need to be here for. There are some roadworks going on, which is not great timing for us, on the road outside Chaffron Way. So give yourself a bit more time to get here, because that will slow down your journey. But yeah, that's in terms of what time you'll need to arrive. So another question here, will the enrolment form be given on results day or in the days after? So I don't know who wants to go for that one. Claire, do you want to go for that one?
Yeah, I can take that. So if you're enrolling online, you will get a link. So in your inbox, so everybody who's been given an offer and applied for a course will get an email tomorrow morning, and it will be telling you either to book your enrolment if you're one of those people that are enrolling in person, or if you're enrolling online, you'll have a link to follow, and you'll do that on Thursday morning when you get your results. Sorry, just refresh that question for me, Rebecca.
Yeah, so will the enrolment form be given on results day or in the days after?
That's right. So if you're enrolling in person, you will come and see the curriculum area that you've applied for. You'll have a chat with the tutor. They will complete an enrolment form with you, and you will then take it to the enrolment room, where you'll do your enrolment. You'll have your picture taken for your ID card. So that's fine. With an online enrolment, you don't need any paperwork. It is all online based. Once you've submitted your enrolment request, you will upload your results. You'll upload a photograph of yourself for your ID badge. And then once we process that enrolment, we will then get an email from the admissions team to confirm that you are then enrolled. You'll also, as Kay said earlier, get a follow-up phone call from a tutor just to confirm that the level you're going on and your results.
I've just realised we're using the word enrolment and stuff quite a lot, so I'm just going to explain what that is. And if anybody, Claire, Amy or Kay, feel like I've not covered it adequately, then please jump in. Basically, what enrolment means is that you're confirming that you're going to pick that course with us. So you might have applied to college and sixth form, and once you enroll, it's basically saying, I'm going to come to college or sixth form. So you're making a choice. You might have applied for different courses with us. And again, when you enroll, it's saying, I'm going to do, to use Kay's example from earlier, I'm going to do beauty rather than hairdressing. So you're basically confirming the fact that you want that place that you've been offered and you're going to come to us in September. So that is really important. As you can imagine, we have lots and lots of students who apply to us. And unless we know those students definitely want those places, i.e. they enroll with us, then they might not, that place isn't secured, basically.
Sorry, Rebecca, I can see that somebody's asked about people who've applied for more than one course, and absolutely, we do say that that's absolutely fine. We've got people with more than one offer. And again, we totally accept that that's fine. Is, you know, some people need a little while to think about what they actually want to enroll on. And you would be sent to online enrolments links. You get one for each offer. So to answer the question there and sort of more generically, please only accept one of them, only fill one of them in. By only filling in one of them, it will automatically kind of decline the other one. Yep. You can, if you want to, phone the admissions and say, I'm declining the other one, but by only filling in one for one of the courses, the one that you want to do, it will enable us to automatically take you off the other one. You don't need to follow up, but please, please, please only enroll on one course. It's very fine to have 2 interviews, to accept 2 offers, but you are only allowed to enroll on one course. So that's really important that happens.
Thank you, Kate. Okay, so I don't know who wants to take this next question. Do you accept students retaking their A-levels from different schools?
Well, we would just, yes, theoretically, it would depend. The same with everything. You would need to have a look at where you're up to for retaking A-levels. If you're retaking A-levels, you might be older than 18 or 19, in which case our A-level provision is only for young people for age 16 to 18. So if you were older than that, then we wouldn't be able to take you. So I would suggest that when A-level booking is open, and that won't be open until I believe Tuesday next week, that you book online and come in and see the A-level department to talk about your own personal situation. But just to re-emphasize, we're only taking A-levels for 16 to 18 year olds. If you're 19 plus, then unfortunately that wouldn't be possible.
Fantastic, thank you, Kay. So just to recap on this question here, I feel like I can cover this one off quite quickly. So with the results day, when do we have to do our enrolment paperwork for college, and where do I go about that? So as a recap, you'll get an email and you can enroll online, but for some courses you have to enroll in person, in which case you'll get all the paperwork when you come to college. So yeah, just look out for that. Basically, check your inbox, check your spam folders and all the rest of it.
That's if you've already gone through the system. So if you've come through the system and you've had an interview with us and you've had an offer, you will either be sent a link to make an appointment sort of for A-levels in particular. It's a slightly different system. Otherwise, you might be invited to enroll online. If you've never come through the system, you haven't put in an application, etc., then you just need to wait until the bookings are open, which I believe is tomorrow, and then you just need to book to come in and see us. So then you wouldn't be, obviously we don't know who you are, so we wouldn't be able to send you a link. So just to make that clear.
Thank you again. So just to go through quickly some of these other ones, where do we go on results day to enrol in person? I think my colleague Steph's typing this in anyway, but everything is happening at Saffron Way, which is again what makes it particularly unhelpful that the road's being dug up just in front of the building, but make sure you give yourself enough time to get to us. Can I enrol despite not being given an offer?
I can take that one.
Yeah.
You in theory, you can. It would depend on your GCSE results and if we have spaces on that course. So if you are interested in a place on that course, book an advisory day appointment, which again opens tomorrow, with the curriculum area that you're looking for. Come and have a chat with the tutor and see if we have places available and if you've got the results and you are suitable for that course.
Amazing. Thank you, Claire. So somebody here's question is it possible to join T-levels mid-year, especially if you're joining from a different curriculum or country? And again, I think the short answer for that is that wouldn't be possible. But yeah, definitely come and talk to us if you think you want to find out. You wouldn't be able to join mid-year, but there might be a possibility of putting you on in a future year. I think, Amy, this is going to be one for you. My son is enrolling onto food prep but has an EHCP. We have applied, but what do we do on Thursday?
Thank you, Rebecca. So in this case, your son has an education, health and care plan. If you let us know that on your application, then we'll have entered a process called a consultation with the local authority. So we'll have received your son's plan, we'll have gone through it, and we'll have then made arrangements with the local authority in terms of next steps. So assuming all that has happened and you've let us know, then he would just come in on Thursday as standard. The learning support team are all on site and ready to have conversations and help and support, and they're going to be in the Chaffron Centre, so there'll be signposting to where the learning support team is. So if you or your son have any specific questions, you can go along to the Chaffron Centre and have those conversations. If you're uncertain about any of this or think you may not have, or for anybody else, if you haven't let us know that you have an additional need of any sort or that you have an education, health and care plan, at this point I think the best thing to do is to email ineedsupport@mkcollege.ac.uk, which is the email address that Rebecca has provided, because then we can look at your situation on a case-by-case basis. So as I say, if you've let us know that your son has a plan, then we'll have followed that process, and if he's been invited to enrol, come along, and then we're there to support if you would benefit from that. If you're at all uncertain, drop us an email, and that goes for everybody. If you'd like to have additional conversations around your well-being or anything else like that, send us an email. We'll be able to get back in contact with you.
Amazing. Thank you, Amy. So somebody here said, what do I do if I've completed my first year of college? Would I be starting again as a first year? And I'm assuming what you mean then is the process for starting again the same as it is for students who are new to us. That's not the case. Your tutor will be messaging you about the details of that. So again, look out for messages from your tutor or email your tutor from last year to find out what you do about that. Is everyone happy with that response? Anybody want to add anything else? Perfect.
Actually, sorry, I'm just going to jump in here.
Thank you, Claire.
A lot of our emails do go to junk, so it's really important to check your junk folder, especially with your enrolment emails coming out tomorrow. Really important to check your junk, because we do have a lot of people saying, I haven't got an email, and actually when we ask them to check their junk folder, they'll find it there normally. Yeah,
that's a really good tip. Always. Okay, so how do you apply for apprenticeships during college? I'm not going to go into too much detail on that because we've got a lot of questions and that's quite a specific thing. Basically, have a look at our apprenticeships page on our website and you'll find out more about that. We've got a great careers team and they'll be able to support you with it, and also tutors and stuff. They'll be able to talk about if there's apprenticeships that are relevant for the course you're studying. So yeah, that's great, but it's great you're thinking about that already. So somebody's asking, do I need a uniform for level 2 hospitality on induction day? No, you don't. You wouldn't be expected to be turning up in your uniform, so please don't worry about that. And in fact, we really say to people, please don't buy any kit until you're definitely sure you've got a place on the course. We wouldn't want somebody to buy themselves their uniform and then find out that we don't have a place for them. And that's another opportunity for me to reiterate the point that make sure you enroll with us, because we have limited places and lots of people who want to come to us, which is great. But we want to make sure that that those people who do want to come to us, then we've got we can offer places to as many as possible. So another question here, with the enrolment day, is it only at Saffron or also at Bletchley? We have all of our staff over at our Saffron Way campus on that day, because it just makes it easy. We're all in one place so that anybody coming into us, it's a bit of a one-stop shop. They can talk to tutors, get an offer for a place if they need that support, and also enrol with us, get their photograph taken and everything, like Claire said. So yeah, only come to Saffron Way. There's not going to be any enrolments or anything happening at Bletchley. So Joanne here is asking, my son has 2 offers on 2 different courses. So when he gets the link online on Thursday, is there an option to decline one of those offers?
I answered
yeah,
that one
we
earlier.
mentioned it.
Yeah.
If your son picks the one that he wants to enroll on, so he wants to accept, Joanne, then he wouldn't need to automatically decline the other one. We would know that because he's accepted the one, then he doesn't want to do the other one. So yeah, just accept the one that he wants to go for, enroll in it. Somebody here is asking about results from a different country. I think this person, Thuran, I think you're going to need to make an appointment to come in and see us. So the advisory day bookings will be open on our website from tomorrow. Book an appointment for an advisory day and come in and talk to somebody, because we can have a look at what your results are from your home country and how they relate to our UK qualifications. Somebody here is asking, I feel like I'm not getting my wonderful colleagues to join in many of these questions, but some of them are quite quick, so I'm just going through them. What campus is it for A-levels? That's the A-levels are all based at our Bletchley campus. So yeah, after you've enrolled with us, then you would be going to Bletchley campus to do your actual studies. Enrolments for A-levels are over at Saffron Way as well, are they? Yes, amazing.
Yes,
thank you.
Are. Everything's at Saffron Way.
Perfect. I just suddenly thought I better not be saying the wrong thing. So again, another person's asking, if they don't get the grades that they want to do for, say, a T-level qualification, they don't get the results in their GCSEs that they were expecting, can they still do the course? So I don't know who wants to answer that one.
I can take that.
Claire. Thanks, Claire.
So as we said earlier, you will get a link to enrol on your course tomorrow. If you haven't got the results that you think that you need for your course, don't panic. The best thing to do is, when you get your link to enrol, you complete that online enrolment, you upload the results that you've got, no matter what they are, upload them, and then once that's completed, the tutor will phone you. So the tutor's going to give you a ring, have a chat with you. If you haven't got the results, they'll make, we'll see what other things we can do. We might move you down a level. We might have another course for you. Just don't panic. We have lots and lots of options, but just chat with the tutor. Remember, they might come up on your phone as a number not recognised, but just have a chat and we'll see what we can go from there.
I think I'd just like to add that if you don't get the GCSE grades that you need or that you are hoping for, rest assured you're not the only one. I think it's really important to say that we have many students with us who are studying maths and English, because you can redo your maths and or your English alongside your vocational course if you need to. And we've got well over 1,000 entries on our GCSE English and maths this year. So don't panic. It isn't the end of the world. It might feel like it at the time, but it really isn't. And there are a lot of options for you at the college to support you to redo your maths and your English. It might be that you have to do an extra year with us, so you need to do something first to get your maths and English before you can go on to what you wanted to do. Or it might be that you just have to do maths and English alongside what you were going to do. So, don't panic. Don't think, oh, it's just me. Honestly, as Amy will be able to give you a lot of reassurance about the fact that, that we're very used to supporting people who don't get their GCSE grades, aren't we, Amy?
I can elaborate further, absolutely, as Kay says, and not just in terms of the results themselves, but the majority of people joining college will have an anxiety about one thing or another. We fully appreciate that. It's a very busy, vibrant campus, but there are so many staff here to support you. in a whole range of ways. So no question's a silly question. If you're in any way concerned about anything, just reach out to anyone wearing an orange lanyard and they'll be able to point you in the right direction.
Fabulous, thank you so much. So question here, somebody's enrolling on football studies. How long does it take to get the uniform? Will I need to complete the form? Go to that next steps page that I talked about before. So look on our the college's homepage and you'll see area on there that says about if you're a new student. Look on there. The uniforms for most of our courses get ordered in through an external or different external supplier, so I wouldn't be able to give you how long it takes to arrive, but yeah, look on there and all the forms and everything on there. But one thing, I said it before and I'll say it again, don't buy anything, any kit or uniform or anything until you know that you've definitely got a place with us, so you've enrolled and you know you've got a place with us, because that's going to be a waste of money and everything if for some reason you don't manage to get a place with us. So again, somebody else here asking about where to go for enrolling for motor mechanics. Everything is happening at Shafron Way. If you need to come in person, then come to Shafron Way. If you can do it online, then that's what will happen. People asking about where they enroll online, you'll be sent links. So again, like we said, check your inbox, check your spam folder, and you'll have an email from us which you can use to enrol. One thing that we might want to remind people is when you applied, you might not remember, but think about if you might have used your school email address, because if you don't have access anymore to your year 11 school inbox, then you're going to need to contact us to ask us to update your record with us to put your new email address in. So you'll need a Gmail or Outlook account or something that you can access. So yeah, just have a think about that. And contact us if you need to.
Can I just add there? Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, if you have used your school email address and you need to change that with us, please email admissions@mkcollege.ac.uk, and then we can get that done for you to make sure that you get that link.
Claire, would you mind typing that into the chat, not into the Q&A, but into the chat bit, so that people see? Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was just going to say the majority of our students will be asked to enroll online. If you've had an offer for A levels, you won't, and if you've had an offer for the Skills Academy, you won't. You'll be coming in. But the most of our students are invited to enroll online. Now, the beauty of enrolling online is that you've got, you can do it when it suits you, because you do it in your own time. You get your results, you have a thing, you fill in the form, you send it off. It doesn't take very long. And in the past, we've been quite relaxed about letting people do that in their own time. I would like to emphasize that we have a lot of demand for places this year. And so what we are asking people to do is to fill in that enrolment form as soon as you can. If you have filled it in and it's been sent back to us by Tuesday, so Tuesday next week, we can, as long as you've got the results that you need, we can get you a place on the course that you've applied for. If you haven't got the results that you need, we can work with you on finding an alternative. But if you send in your online enrolment any later than next Tuesday, we can't necessarily guarantee a place on the course that you were offered on, because we have so many students wanting a limited number of places. So that is a really important message. I just wanted to kind of let you all know again that, do fill in the form when you've got it. Don't kind of put it off and sort of think, oh, I'll do that next week or something. It's really important. It will only take you, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. It's not a long process. So do fill that in. Do attach your GCSE results, because if we haven't got your results, we can't see what you've actually got and whether you've got what you need to go onto the course. You upload it. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. So I just really want to make that, emphasize that point. You do need to get that enrolment form back to us as quickly as possible.
Amazing. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, no, that's a really important point that we want everybody to remember. So I think I'm going to give a gold star to Adam, because it sounds like he's looked at the FAQs page or the next steps page and checked out the FAQs and knows when his induction day is. So he won't be able to attend. Yeah, gold stars all round. He won't be able to attend the induction day on the 4th of September. So he's wondering, how is he going to get his timetable? Anybody got any ideas on that one?
I imagine it'd be emailed out. Do you
Yeah.
think it'd be emailed out to him? Yeah.
Yes, that's what I think. So your tutor will obviously have your details, and they will they'll contact you.
The other thing to add, I would just say that when he has his phone call, when you have your phone call from your tutor, after you've completed your enrolment, then just let your tutor know then that you won't be there for induction. So they will then put in the necessary arrangement for what they need to do.
Yeah, good point. Good point. So I'm not quite sure about this question. I don't, but anyway, I'll see if anybody else knows what it is. For A-level retakes, do you provide predicted grades for UCAS? I mean, you would get predicted grades if you were doing one of our A-level courses, but I wouldn't be able to talk. I don't know about retakes because, as Kay said earlier, we're only offering A-levels for 16 to 18-year-old students. So we don't offer A-level retakes. So
I mean, we do support UCAS applications.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
we do help with UCAS applications, but I don't know, we don't do A-level retakes at the moment. We do A-levels.
Yes. Yes, so not sure about that one, but if you're doing A-levels with us, then you would get predicted grades that you can use for your UCAS application to go to uni. So do I have to book to enrol in person? Yes, 100% yes. So if you look from tomorrow, they're called advisory days on our website. You can book an advisory day to come in at a time that suits you. So that's when you would, if you do need to enrol in person, that's when you would come on campus to do that. So yeah, check out our website from tomorrow if you do need to do that. Okay, all right, let's see what we got next. Sorry, just going through. Can a 16-year-old student do T-levels?
Absolutely.
Yes, that's the age you need to be. So T-levels are a bit like A-levels, that they're a course that you do, a 2-year level 3 course that you do straight after your GCSE. So yeah, they are suitable for 16-year-olds.
But they're not funded for adults. So actually, if you are 19 and above, rather like A-levels, you can't do, well, you can do an A-level as an adult. We don't offer them, but T-levels you really can't do unless you are actually 16 or 17. So spot on, good, just good the right question. Age.
Yeah. So somebody here is asking this question, and I think we've answered it already, but I think it's worthwhile people hearing it again. If you don't get the results you need for the course that you've applied for and have been offered a place on, don't worry. You would be coming in to probably talk to somebody if your grades are very different from what you're expecting. So book on to come on for an advisory day, and we will do our best to find a place for you on a course that's suitable for the grades that you've got and help you to progress after that. Is that okay, everybody? Yeah, got that one right? Perfect. Yeah, so advisory days, book on for that from tomorrow on our website. Somebody here has had an interview and was given an offer, so that's great news, congratulations, but they haven't had an email about enrolling yet. What does anybody want to answer that? Claire?
I can answer that, yes. So you won't have anything yet until tomorrow. So from tomorrow, everybody that's got an offer from us or has made an application will get an email giving you very clear instructions about what to do your enrolment. If you're, just a reminder, if you're doing A-levels or you're on the Skills Academy, you will be coming in person to enrol. Everybody else will be going online to enrol. And just to say that if you have any worries about enrolling online or are stuck or really not sure what to do, book an advisory day appointment with the curriculum area and come in and we can enrol you in person.
Brilliant.
But don't worry, all the emails will be going out tomorrow morning. So keep an eye on your inbox, keep an eye on your junk box.
So somebody who's done a year at college and then is going on to a different course next year, will they need to be doing enrolments, or how does that work if they're already a college student but they're moving courses?
I would suggest that they make contact with the tutor of where they were last year, because it depends on the situation. It very much depends on their age, what they were studying, etc., etc. If a lot of most students who were with us last year, if they had their progression meetings and they agreed that they can progress and move on, they will already have been enrolled with us, because we kind of do it behind the scenes, if you like, to save everybody coming in. But some students still need to come in. It just depends on the situation. So I would suggest, and that's quite an individual question, so you can email admissions and they can check it on the system for you, or you can go back to the department where you were and they can have a look and let you know.
Brilliant, thank you, Kate. This question, so somebody's saying, if somebody is older than 18 and wants to do A-level retakes, can we advise where to go? I don't know who does A-level retakes. I think that's going to have to be a Google job, I'm afraid, because I don't know who does A-level retakes in this area, sorry. So I think this is going to be one for you, Amy. Do we have a student union? And if so, how can I work with it and the school?
Thank you. Yes, we absolutely do have a student union, and what will happen, you'll find out more about that at our welcome events and during your induction. We have elections that are held every year for officers on the student union, so things like the SEND officer, women's officer, LGBTQ officer, etc. So that's the kind of formal student union body. We also have very active student voice. So each course will have a student rep that will then be invited to be providing feedback for their course area, and that's all collated, and then we kind of bring all that feedback together, and that's how we determine what's working well and what we need to be doing as a college to provide an even better experience for you. So you'll hear lots more about that when you join us in the next couple of weeks, and we encourage everyone to be as active as they can be in that area of work.
Absolutely. So this is an A-level question. Somebody's applied for A-levels but changed their mind on what subjects they want to do. Can they change them still? I'm going to say that I think that that's when you come in, because A-level enrolments are done in person. So have that conversation then when you come in person and see if you can move them around. Is everybody happy with that?
Yeah,
lots. Perfect. All the nodding there. That's amazing. I don't know if we're going to be able to answer this one, but we might have an idea. What time can we expect the enrolment email tomorrow?
It'll be coming in the morning.
Okay, so sometime in the morning, and then obviously you'll actually do the enrolments on results day, so on the from Thursday, before Tuesday, but from Thursday when you've actually got your grades, because you need to take a really clear picture of your grades and upload them, and a photograph of yourself and upload it so that we can enroll you properly.
And the photograph that you're going to upload, if you're enrolling online, it needs to be the same kind of quality as if you were doing a passport. So it needs to be the headshot without all the filters and nothing in the background and so on. So it just needs to be a picture of your head. And if we do check them, and if they don't match the guidance, we will ask you to send in another one. So it's worth getting it right the first time, because it makes it all a little bit quicker for you.
You can probably see that everybody at college has staff passes, and all students have passes, and that's really important for us to make sure that everybody who is on campus should be on campus, and so keeping people safe. So yeah, we do make sure that that's done properly. So somebody here is asking about induction days. It's that again, full marks, 100% gold stars for checking the next steps page and looking at when your induction day is. It says it's from 9 till 3. Will I need to be there for the whole time, or do we just arrive at some point between those times to get everything needed for the course?
That's I can take that question. Yeah, you will have to be there for the whole day. So there's lots and lots of things happening. An induction. You will get your ID badge, you will meet your tutor. Your tutor will have things planned for you throughout the whole day. There will be activities. You will need to complete some forms. You will also be having a session with the digital learning team, where you will, it'd be really handy actually, anyone coming for induction, if you can download the Microsoft Teams apps on your phone, Microsoft Authenticator, and the Milton Keynes College MK My Day app. And when you have your digital induction, which will be during that part of the day, you will be able to log into your IT accounts, and that's where you'll be able to access your timetable. So yes, you will need to be in college for the whole of that time. Yeah.
That's a very good question, though. Somebody else here said, does the induction day last for the whole day? Again, if you have a look on the next steps page, then that's got information about induction sessions. It's the first box on the page, and that will give you the timings. And like I said, you like Claire's just explained, you will need to be there for the whole time. There'll be activities planned with your tutors and other course mates. So a question here, when will equipment and kit or uniform need to be purchased? I've said before, and I'll reiterate this, please don't buy it until you know that you definitely have got a place with us, because some of the kit and stuff is quite expensive, and we wouldn't want anybody to buy it before they know they're definitely coming to us. That's led me into a question about, I'm just going to put out there about if anybody can talk about bursary and things like that, if anybody needs support for those things. Kay, are you okay to do that?
Yeah, I can talk about bursaries.
Thank you.
So as part of my role, I look after the bursary team, and applications for bursary are now open, and again you apply online, so you'll find all the links on the website. If you think that you are eligible for a bursary, then go ahead and fill in the forms. They won't be processed until you're actually enrolled, but because you need to be enrolled as a student before you can claim bursary. But it's worthwhile putting your application in now ready, if you think you're eligible. All the eligibility and all the criteria and all the information is on the website. But essentially, if you're in a household with an income of less than £35,000, that you could well be eligible for some financial assistance. And if you're 16 to 18, that would include travel, some food. If you're free school meals, by the way, if you've claimed free school meals at school, there is a box that you can tick on the enrolment form. It does ask you if you were eligible for free school meals at school. If you were, please do tick the box, because you'll get your free school meals here. It can help you with kit and uniform and trips and all those kind of things. So you fill in your online enrolment form, and then you will be asked to provide evidence. So you will need to work with somebody to get you the evidence that you need to show what the income is. And then if it all goes through, then you'll get the appropriate support. You'll be sent an agreement that you have to sign and return back, and then your bursary is in place. So we have a lot of people on bursary, so don't feel awkward if you feel that you might need to apply for it. We have lots and lots of students on bursary, and the team will be here through all the advisory days at Saffron Way. So once you've enrolled, if you want to a question about bursary, then do go and see the team, and they can give you some more information.
Just to say as well, that's if you want to go on to the booking system and you want to make an appointment with the bursary team, there is a way of doing that, so you can actually book an appointment to see them.
Fabulous, thank you very much. So somebody here's asked, I have some GCSE results from last year. Do I need to bring them to enrolment? I don't get my maths and English results until Thursday. Yes, bring along all your GCSE results, or upload them all online. Yes, we all need to see all of those. Thank you. Now, this question's made me realise that we might not have been 100% clear, so I think this will be a good thing to clarify. Are the advisory days and the enrolment slots the same thing? So yes, they are. So if you come in for an advisory day, that's where you can talk to our curriculum tutors, as we've said, find out support that you might need, or find out the support we offer through learning support or wellbeing. Talk to the bursary team if you want to do that. So basically, that's why it's all happening at Saffron Way, as I said before, because everybody will be there, and then you can enrol if you're doing that in person. You can do that at the same time as well. So yes, advisory days, enrolment is part of our advisory days offer. So yes.
It might just be worth mentioning, actually, if you haven't made an application with us this year, and you are not sure what to do, you can just go and book an advisory day appointment for the course that you're interested in. So you don't have to have made an application or had an offer to come and see us. Anybody can come and see us and talk to us about enrolling.
Amazing, thank you. So again, as part of that, once I enroll, do I need to wait for confirmation that it's successful before acquiring kit? Yes, you need to make sure that you've got a place with us before you buy your kits. Yeah. As I said, don't worry if you don't have your kit completely ready for the first day of term or anything like that. That's not a problem. After I finish my T-levels course, can I still go to university? Yes, if you want to. That's absolutely a route open to you. Level 3, T-level courses do have UCAS points associated with them, so yeah, you can do that. For T-levels, you have to be 16 to 18 at the start date or the end date, i.e. if you'll be just past 18 at the end date, would that be okay?
That's fine. It's the start date.
Perfect, thank you. So here's a good question. Do we have a laptop that we can use at college, or can we use an iPad? Do we have to use a laptop, sorry, or can we use an iPad? Does anybody want to talk a little bit about the support we have in terms of lap safes and things like that on campus?
We do have lap safe, so anybody can use one of our laptops, borrow our laptops. They're in a big bank, and you just tap your ID card and you can borrow a laptop to use. You can bring your own laptop. You can bring your own devices. I would personally recommend a laptop rather than an iPad if you're bringing your own, but that's my personal preference. But it's maybe one thing to talk to your tutors about, because it might be something about your course. We do also have a scheme where you can purchase a laptop this year, and the information for that is on our next steps page as well. And I think you can purchase it. I think it's at a slightly reduced rate, and then you pay that back monthly. So that there is a scheme in place for that.
We also have study centres on sites on both campuses with computers and stuff that students can use in there. So somebody here's asked a question, which I think again is another really good one. Is the induction day the same for every course? Because I'm sure I've already had one. Now, I think that what you're talking about was in July we had our discovery days. So that was probably just after exams, and I think that's what you've done already. So discovery days, we've been talking about people that might have applied for more than one course, and discovery days is for anybody who's been offered a place, but the induction day is only for people who've enrolled with us. So like we said, once you've actually picked the fact that you're going to come to us and which course you're going to do with us, that's what the induction days are for. So then they're not the same. You would need to do the induction as well if you're around, if you're available. So here's a good question from Neil. If I need to retake GCSE maths, how would I book onto that?
You would be enrolled onto it as part of your enrolment, so you don't need to book onto it yourself. We would talk to you when we've got your results. We'd look at what course you're on, and then we would enroll you as part of it, after discussion. So you don't need to go away and try and book separately. That's fine.
Organise all that for you. So somebody here is obviously going to be doing A-levels. Is there a separate induction for EPQ, or is it included with A-levels? That's the extended project qualification. That is included as part of the A-levels. That's not separate. If you've done your GCSE retake, so I have to go into college to get them, or will they be emailed to us? So I'm assuming you might be a college student already, and you're wondering what you do.
You can come in, I think, any time after 9 o'clock you can come and get them. I think you can log in and see them on the system a little bit later. So if you don't want to come in, you don't have to. And then I think I think it's those two options. I don't think we're actually emailing them out. I think you log in or you come in and collect them.
Anyone that doesn't collect their results in person from Saffron Way on Thursday morning, that we will be posting them out.
You'll get them posted out, but on the day, if you wanted to sort of come in, we won't email them straight out. So yeah, exactly, we would post them out later.
Amazing. Okay, I think this is a really good question. It's from an anonymous guest. So will student discount reduce my bus ticket prices after I got my student ID, or will I need to apply for weekly bus tickets instead? Is anybody going to talk about the...
Well, there is a council card, so you can I forgot what it's called now.
All-in-one card.
All-in-one card. Thank you. Yeah, so you can buy an all-in-one card as a student, and then that reduces the price of all travel with Arriva. That's with Arriva, which is the main bus company in Milton Keynes.
I think it makes all tickets like £1.20 or something. So you come in and we have to confirm that you're a student with us. So when you come in, ask somebody about the all-in-one card, or you'll see the forms on reception. So Leah is really brave, and she's saying she's put a question that she has autism and social anxiety. Will she get any extra support? Amy, you are able to do that, answer that for Leah.
Of course. So as I've said, we've got various teams across the college who will be able to be giving you active support. That's open to all students. It all comes back to you having those conversations with us. So I think the best thing for you to do would be to contact I Need Support, or it may be that up to this point, if you've already told us, when you applied that we might have reached out to you already. So on application, if you've said that you have a learning difficulty or disability, or that you've had challenges before with your wellbeing or mental health, then we would have contacted you to offer you an opportunity to come in and have a chat with us. If that hasn't happened and you've told us, again, email I need support. But equally, if you haven't told us up to this point and you'd like to have those conversations, you can email ahead of time. Anyone at any point can come and have a chat with us. As I've said, we've got an open door policy, so we've got centres at both campuses where all of the teams sit. So please do just come in and have a chat, and then we can put together a package of support for you. So we've got lots of different services that we offer, and we work with Arthur Ellis, who are a local charitable organisation. They provide therapeutic mentoring. So there's lots of different routes that we can support you with, but it's just all about you having those conversations. So please do drop us an email or come and have a chat with us if you're coming into advisory days, or equally, once you start with us, you can just pop along and have a conversation. So, and that's for everybody.
Leah, in case you missed it, we put it in the main chat. So the email address you need is ineedsupport@mkcollege.ac.uk, and that's for anybody who wants to, like we said, talk to us sort of individually if they've got any issues. So we've got 10 minutes left, so we're going to try and crack through all of these last questions. So what do I do if I have an overseas result? There's a special system that we could use called ECTIS, where we can look at your overseas grades and how they relate to GCSEs, A levels, whatever. So come in, make an appointment, bring your certificates and stuff with you. That's really important, so that we can look at how they relate to UK qualifications. I have an email from MK College. If you want to change your course, please book an interview on the 18th of August. How can I book an interview? What we're saying there, that the interview they're talking about is our advisory days that we've talked about quite a few times in this. So from tomorrow, you'll be able to book an advisory day with us. Look on the main MK College website. All the information will be on there about how to book. So yes, that's what you would do. Okay, so this is a good question. I want to enroll for A levels, but if I don't get the grade, should I apply for a different course? Has anybody got one?
If you've actually had an offer on A levels, so if you've gone through the interview and you'd had an offer, you'll be invited to come in and talk to one of the teachers on Thursday or Friday. I would suggest that you keep that appointment and you come and you talk to them, because as we've said quite a few times, because everyone is here in the college, you don't then need to apply for something else. We can direct you. So you know, if you then decide to go to business or something, they're literally around the corner. So you could just go up and talk to them and do it all in one place. There, we're not taking applications now. We're just directing people to come in, so that you won't be able to apply. So keep your appointment, come in, and then it might well be that you can go and talk to some other people, and then you could come out with an enrolment on a different course, or you could go away and have a think about it and come back and enroll. So yeah, do keep so that's the same with anybody. If you don't get your results, do come in, and then you can talk to whoever you need to, because everyone will be here.
Amazing, thank you. So somebody here is asking about T-level childcare. If I only got 3 grade 4s instead of 4 grade 4s, would I still be able to take that course? I think everyone's going to agree. I'm hoping I'm going to get head nods. Come in and talk to us about that. If you don't get the grades you need, then you'll need to talk to the tutors. Depends what the grade 3 was in, I suppose.
Just to add, yeah, so for T-levels, you do need to have got a 4 in maths and English. So the others might be a bit more flexible, but we don't deliver maths and English alongside T-levels. You have to have your maths and English at level 4 to be able to get you onto a T-level. That said, still come in. As we've said, we do other childcare courses, so you might be able to go onto one of those and then maybe move on to a T-level later on.
Question here, do T-levels allow me to go to multiple universities globally? You'd have to check what the entry requirements for the different universities are. Like I said, T-levels you do get UCAS points with T-level qualifications. So yeah, you're just going to have to check that out. But you can ask or speak to our careers team when you're a college student to find out about that, where your next steps could be. Does the college still do BTECs? Yes, that's a simple one. Okay, let me see what we've got left. Okay. So for bursary, is it salary and universal credit added together for the bursary or just salary? So yeah,
it's household income. Yeah,
so income in whole. So yeah, salary, universal credit, everything else. How do I get a bike locker at the Bletchley campus? Somebody is asking.
That's a very good question, and I don't know the answer. Does anyone know?
I know the answer to that. So when you come in for your induction, we have security in our receptions. They look after our bike locker. So come and speak to one of the security guards. They will tell you what you need to do, because you'll need to purchase certain size padlocks for the lockers. So speak to security and they'll give you all the information when you come in for induction.
Fabulous. Thank you, Claire. So Joanne's asking, do you have to register for induction day? No, hopefully you'll have spoken to your tutor before in induction day and they'll be expecting you. We had somebody before who wasn't going to be available for theirs, so that's when you would tell the tutor that you're not going to be around for that induction, but you don't have to register. We would expect, you know, as many people as possible to come for that because it's such a critical time when you're going to get your timetable and logged onto their IT resources and stuff like that. My son got admitted for progression pathway entry 3. Is it a Saffron Way or Bletchley? Is that construction?
I think that's Skills Academy.
Oh, Skills Academy. Okay.
Saffron Way.
So that would be Saffron Way.
Yeah, all Skills Academies at Saffron Way. Enrolling at Saffron Way, everything is enrolling at Saffron Way, and then delivery is also at Saffron Way for that.
That course. Amazing. Okay, so that's pretty good timing. We've got through the questions, so I'm just going to do a bit of a roundup that that's hopefully going to be really helpful for everybody. So we hope that we've answered your questions. I think the main things that we want everyone to take away is check our website for more information. So that next steps page on the website where it's going to answer all your questions about kit, induction days, FAQs, everything should be on there. There's also a chat bot on there, so if you can't find the information you need, you can use that. Keep an eye on your inbox. So emails are going to start going out from tomorrow. Check your spam folder. If you are using still your school email address and you don't get access to that inbox, then you're going to need to let us know so that we can make sure we've got an email address that you can access. If you want to come in, you can book onto an advisory day. So if you're not planning to enrol online or things, you've got more questions or your results weren't what you're expecting, you're going to need to book in on an advisory day. Bookings for that will be open from tomorrow, and they will actually, the booking slots will be available from results day, so from Thursday at midday, I think, or anyway, about then. But yeah, you can book onto that tomorrow. Just remember that we've got road closures near Saffron Way, so make sure you give yourself extra time. This is really important, and I think we've said this throughout the call. Your place isn't guaranteed with us unless you've enrolled, so you must make sure you've enrolled online if you can do that, or in person. And your online enrolment, it needs to be submitted by the end of play on Tuesday the 26th of August, so just after the bank holiday. If you're enrolling online, you'll receive a call from your tutor over the next week or so. Please answer the phone if you see an unknown number come up, or they will leave a message, so make sure you call them back again. That process for enrolment is not complete until they've actually spoken to you. They want to check your results and make sure that you're on the right level course for you, and talk about when you're coming in for your induction and things like that. A-levels are enrolling in person, and that's going to happen by Friday the 22nd of August. So again, look out on the website or your inbox for that. And then your induction, which is when you're going to get your ID pass, your IT logins, you're going to get to meet your tutors and get your timetable, meet the other students who are on the same course as you. That's going to be from Monday the 1st of September. Again, look on the next steps page for information about when that is. If you need support, then please tell us, and it might not be straight away. You might, get onto your course and then need support. You can either talk to a member of staff about it or email ineedsupport@mkcollege.ac.uk. That's kind of it from me. I don't know if anybody else wants to say anything that I've forgotten. Otherwise, good luck with everything on results day, and we're really looking forward to seeing you in September, or maybe on advisory days before then. Lovely. Thanks, everybody. We'll finish the call now then. Bye.